Hello again. Now a special thing we're going to do, or try to do, every afternoon if possible, or every other afternoon. Today we're going to make some clocks. Okay? A lot of us are bored stiff, so I thought, what better than to make a couple of clocks. Right? So let's have a look what we're going to do. If you can see there, that's a clock, right? It's made from a CD, so it's quite easy to make. So there's loads of things you've got to have, but you can buy them in a kit. Okay, it's not really rocket science, but there's another one I've done. Right, they're really easy to make. But they come in a kit, and as you can see, here's a small box. So these have got long necks on them, and they would be used for going through a piece of wood or something like that. You know, piece of wood. So if you look, that neck would just about fit through, so you could drill a hole in the center, and then you could use one of them long necks. These pieces of wood, you've probably got some around the house somewhere. You can make a circle, you know, put if you've got a square bit, you put a nail in the middle where you think the nail is, and then use a pencil and go round, and then cut out with a jigsaw. So quite easy to do it. So let's have a look, you know. Right, so there's the box. It's a smaller box. Then here I got a much larger box, and these are the standard types. These are the ones I use to go through DVDs and CDs. It's a good business, you know. If you've got a bit of space in your shed or garage or upstairs, then it's not a hard business. Now then, what you'll need is some DVDs or CDs. These are blank, but used ones will do, you know. You're going to need some feet for the back to prop it up. You're going to need a clock mechanism. You can buy these off the internet or on eBay. They work out about, if you buy in bulk, they work out about 50p each. Other than that, they're about 80p each. Okay, so that is going to go through there, as you can see. Right, but you need to make your own discs. Right, you can buy Avery labels. Right, this is for the Gary's morning chat show that I do in the morning. So you can buy your labels, print them out with an inkjet printer. Right, and what do? You get one of these round little things like that. You put that in the middle, right, and then you get one of these that you've printed out. Okay, so you've got that printed out there. Poke the hole in the center. Okay, and then you're going to place that on the top as best as you can in the middle. Right, don't mind if it's a little bit off. And you put that down a bit. Right. Just get the air bubbles off, and then you rip off the tags. Right, on the ends, and there you have it. You've got your your clock face. Okay, as you see, I missed this a little bit, but doing it on camera it's a little bit harder, you know. But there's the start of a clock. Gary's Morning Chat clock. Okay, so the next thing we do then after that, we need some washers and some nuts. Right, these come in the kit. As you can see, I got loads of them. Right. Sometimes it's better to use the bigger washers. It's up to you really. It doesn't really matter that much. Okay, this one has got Perspex washers in it as well. In the back. It's up to you which way you do it. With this one you can have a rubber front and back. It's easier to tighten the nuts up, I find, with these. Okay, so what you're going to do, you can open that, get two of the washers out. See, they got the little things on the side of them. Look, I don't think that will autofocus. Oh yeah, you can see them now. You know, like little barbs. That makes it easier to make it hold on to the CD. Okay, then I get a nut as well, right? And that's the start then of putting the clock together. Okay, so put them over there. We've also got a load of hands, hour hands, minutes and seconds. And you put the hour hands on first, then you put the minute hands, then the second hands. And it all builds up nicely. So that's what we're going to do now. So we got our clock base. We're gonna put one of these on, the rubber one on first. I think it's upside down. I think it goes like that. Doesn't really matter that much. Then you've got to put that on in the centre. Right, as much as you can in the centre of the clock. Right. And then put the rubber on now. Looking at it, that rubber is going to go over the G of the morning. So I won't use that one. I'll use one of the other ones, the smaller ones. Because I don't want to spoil that M. Right, making sure to close the bag up, because otherwise they'll be tipped everywhere. So we can open up the other one. And we'll get one of the other rubbers, which are a little bit smaller. Right? They're smaller than the big ones. Let's close that bag up. Okay. So we put that on in the centre there. Right. Now we're going to get a piece of Perspex. I'll tell you what, these rubbers are even smaller in this one. They're all varying sizes. So we'll take that one off there, on the bag. And we're just building clocks today. There's a little craft thing on the middle of the day, something to do. I'm going to show you how to build a clock like this. Right? It costs £1 to make and you can sell them for £10.99. Very simple to do. First thing you do, you need DVD or CD. Okay. Hi George. Oh, you're Chris Reedon's friend, are you? I was just watching him on telly. He's a hell of a boy, isn't he? I'm just doing a little bit of a craft show. Let's click that on so we can see. Yeah, Chris, he's great. I love Chris, he's excellent. So you print these off on Avery, right? Anything you want. I got a morning chat that I do at 9 o'clock. So I'm just making some clocks. I know Chris had bought some clocks, but I'm too stingy to buy them. I'll make my own. So we're going to put another washer on there, like that. And then you're going to use the nut then, which that goes on this fiddly little job. You could do with a spanner really, but that's just a case of tightening it up as tight as you can. You have to lift it up and tighten it. I haven't got a spanner with me or anything else, but there we are. You can see it's pretty tight on there. Right, and that's the start of the clock then. And then what we do next, we get the hour hands. We got minutes. There's the hour hand, right, which is a smaller little fat one. We put that on first. That sort of goes right down the bottom. And you gotta just squeeze it on in the centre. And it goes right down onto the centre of the plastic dial there. Next one that goes on is the minute hand. Right. This one goes on next. Hard to get on there, they're quite fiddly, but they do go on. There we are, that's on, I think. Right, so there's that one, and then the last one to go on is the second hand. And that goes on the very, very top. So you've got all your hands on there. Okay, it's supposed to be up to 12 o'clock. You're supposed to put it down, but as you can see, they're all located. The stalk that comes through, there's 3 different thicknesses, or 2 different thicknesses on the top, but then it just sits on like a pin. Well, you want his super dog to do? Yeah, he's got all these things. I do a quiz. Be doing a quiz now tonight, George, at 9 o'clock. If you join us, we're only on YouTube. I got banned off Facebook for playing music. Oh, nightmare. But the winner tonight will have one of these clocks. Right, and all you've got to do is answer the questions. And they're really easy. Okay, so once you've done that, all you do then, you put the battery in the back, which we'll do now. If we can get the battery out of this one. I can't send you batteries in the post though, because apparently it's against the law to send batteries in the post, which I never knew. But now these are a bit fiddly to get in. That goes in there like that, and these go in at the same time. They are a bit of a fiddle to get in. It's a silly idea really, but somebody's invention. There we are. So if we do that around there now, like that, there's a clock done. Okay, there's the battery in the back and the little legs. There's the clock done. And depends how you want that clock to set, then you can have it whichever way you want. And then you can turn the hands then with the little knob on the back. See? So there we are, George. Something you've learnt again, look. And you can buy these kits. I mean, the CD, you can get them. They're cheap. The clock kits, I think they come in at about £1.20 each for the whole clock. Then plus you buy a load of CDs, a load of stickers. I think the total outlay per clock is about £2.50. And you can sell for £9.99, £10.99. You know, if somebody's got a party or something, it's ideal for them. So let's just click this off, and hey, there we are, back. There we are. Yes, Chris Reardon, United Kingdom Talk, fantastic. He's been going years. I think he's been going about 15 years doing his talk show. He's a hell of a boy. And I emailed him today on his show, and he helps me out. I've only just started the show. It's only been going 2 weeks, and it's just it's a lot of old people come on in the show in the morning, and we all have a chat and we talk about different things and hobbies and the weather and what's happening during the day, and then we have the quiz in the night then, and the quiz starts tonight at 9 o'clock. If I'm allowed back on, I'll be on Facebook and I'll be on YouTube. But yes, I was on there last night. Now I have played on there, right? But I'm rubbish at shooting. But I do love Twitch. I tell you what I watch is the guy driving the lorries. Have you seen him? There's Euro lorries or Euro something or other it's called. And there's a guy driving lorries around. A big huge map, you know. But I love the shooting games as well. So I'm always on Twitch. I find it great to watch. They're only mainly about 20s kids, mainly, you know. But they're in the fortune. Have you seen how much they earn, George? Top Twitch streamer could earn £1,000 a day, easy. A young kid who was playing Fortnite, he came second, and he had 900,000 a couple of weeks ago. Playing games. Phew. But I'm useless at it. I get shot. I'm like a professional corpse on it. Yeah, Twitch. So do you play games on Twitch, George? Or do you just go and have a watch like I do? There are some chat channels on there as well, aren't there? But I just like to watch it. My computer, I've got like an i7 processor and NVIDIA card, but still not quick enough to play the games. Because, you know, these kids, they got really super duper. I mean, they got a 1070 graphics card with 8 gig of RAM and all that. Mine's only got like, I think it's only got 1 or 2 gig. So I've got no chance. By the time I get my gun out of the house, then shot. So I just thought I'd come on and do that. I got to go and do the garden now. But as you can see, they're easy to do. Yeah, I like to watch. It's something to do, isn't it? I watch it on a laptop. I do. I can't stream it to the TV yet because my daughter watches the TV, and I'm not allowed. She'll be watching something, some rubbish on there, some singing or other, and I got to go in the other room and go on the laptop and watch. I enjoy it. All the shooting games, I like watching all of them. but it's great fun, isn't it? Can watch it for hours. But there's a lot of swearing on there, George. Have you noticed? These kids, they're swearing too much. I can't. I gotta switch off, you know. I don't mind a little bit of swearing, but there's one or two girls on there that are pretty good, and they don't swear so much, and they're good at shooting as well. But the young lads that are on there, they got big egos and big mouths, and they just swearing all the time, and I can't be bothered by that. So I try to find somebody else who's not so good, but has got a better personality. So that's what I try to do. Just have a bit of fun. But yeah, I normally watch Twitch in the evening. It's great fun, isn't it? Oh. Right, George, I've got to go. So if you want to join us tonight, 9 o'clock, I'll be back here tonight, 9 o'clock for a quiz. There should be one or two others on there, but there may not be. You don't know, you know. There may be some from Facebook on, if I'm back on Facebook. One can have a look at the questions and the answers. The answers from last night. It's normally one person. As soon as I finish the quiz, they email me and they've done the whole quiz. They're really quick. And I'm not that quick. So Mr. Bond, you should have been called James, shouldn't you? James Bond. Yeah. Yeah, she won't go on there. She don't like it. So I'll see you later on, perhaps 9 o'clock, George. But I think Chris may have a show as well, so I'm not sure what times it starts. I think it's about 9:30 if he got one going tonight. But I've got to go. Nice to meet you, George. And I may see you tonight for the quiz. Alright? Have a good day now.